So traders, there is a lot of things that's happening with the markets right now, and that's what we want to get into in today's video. There's so much that is going on with this markets. There's markets that's absolutely about to fall through the floor. I believe there's markets about to set up to go through the roof. There's a lot of things that is setting up in the markets right now. That's what I want to cover with you in today's session. Before I do, guys, make sure you grab access to, I've got a couple of free gifts for you. If you go to johnsfreegift.com, link in the description, firstly you're going to get access to a training walking you through my actual trading system. My system is also going to send you a free trading course as well too that I'll put together. It's about 7 videos long, I think it is. And then also you're going to be able to get access to, I'm going to start to do some weekly live trainings for people that are on my list. So for you to be there for some weekly live trainings, then you need to be on my list. So johnsfreegift.com, get access to those things and you'll be able to get access to those live trainings I'm going to start to do very shortly. So go get access to that right now, guys. So let's actually start off with the good old stock market here. So one of the most important things to us in the markets through here is we want to keep a close eye on what's really going on. Unfortunately, a lot of the times, if we're spending a lot of the time looking at, say, this sort of short-term move here, right? So look, we're looking at 3 months worth of data right now. And when we're looking at the 3 months worth of data, what we're looking at here is this. We're looking at this data here from a perspective of that on a very short-term level, okay? And what we want to do is we want to look at the market from a trend analysis perspective. Is this part of the trend, right? What does that mean? Part of a trend simply means we go up and we have a bit of a pullback, right? We go up and we have a bit of a pullback and we go up, right? So that's what the trend analysis means, right? So what I like to do myself is I like to bring up black bars and I like to squeeze my charts up through here. Now, why am I doing that for? Okay, let me take even off the trend lines. Because what I'm doing here is I'm trying to see, okay, what is happening right now? Let's actually bring it back to the big picture. And so if I can draw some trend lines here, which I will, we can see we went up, down, up, down, up, and then down. So to me right now, so far, if I'm looking at this from a non-money point of view, but more just a logical point of view, what is happening right now? We're actually getting a little bit of a short-term pullback here, right? So there's nothing to be worried about here with the stock market right now. We are getting a little bit of a short-term drop. Even if we got a bit of a drop down to here, which would be only around about 50% of this level here, that actually would be nice and healthy before what? Before we start to continue back up again out of the S&P 500. And that's what I do see. I do see we're likely to go for another really big move out of the S&P 500 real soon. So that's what the S&P 500 is doing. So if we use the same sort of analysis across the markets right now, okay, across the markets. If we look at, say, the Dow Jones, what is the Dow Jones doing for us right now? So the Dow Jones, same sort of thing, right? We can see here that the Dow Jones will be making low, high, low, high, low, high, low. We actually made an all-time new high. If we go to this chart here, you actually can see we actually made an all-time new high on this last run up, and now we're just getting a bit of a pullback, which this actually was expected, right? But what I'm expecting to see now is we're probably getting around about, I'd say around about a 50% level retracement from there to there, right? A 50% level retracement from there to there, big move up, and we're likely to get a bit of a short-term, we're getting a bit of a short-term drop right now. So I'm getting ready for we're getting ready for another really big move to the upside out of that one there. And so that'll be that through there, as you can see. So this whole area through here, that 50 to 60% level, that's all the Dow Jones may do before we get going again in the marketplace. Let's look at the Nasdaq 100. And the Nasdaq, a little bit of short-term pullback. But again, I don't see this having too much of a pullback. Like, it may pull back towards the 50% level from there to there, right? So again, it seems like this whole, even on the Nasdaq 100 level, right? We're getting this resistance back here, and we're getting also this level all through here, right? So what's happening right now is it actually seems like it's really interesting because the 50% level is right at that level of support through there. So what I do see happening is bringing on this trend line all through here, right? Let's take off the Fibonacci's here so we can clean our charts up. what we're probably going to get is probably going to get a little bit of a drop down through here, and then we're going to start to see a bit of a ricochet rabbit to the upside and a continuation of another really big move to the upside on there. And last but least, looking at the Russell, I believe the Russell, once it gets going, the Russell is going to set some fireworks in place once it gets going. I believe it may have already started slowly, but once it gets going, get ready, because I believe we're likely to start to see some really big movement in the markets here, okay? We really haven't been doing nothing for all here and all here. So what the Russell's probably going to be doing is that last level of resistance, which is all through there. We're getting very close to that level now, aren't we? So if we look at the last level here, the last level there, that's also the 50% level as well too. So the 50% level is where we're at. We're getting very close to right now. I do believe the Russell has got to hold. Now, if the Russell does hold here around that 210 level, and then we bounce up and we're likely to see this thing here, that's when we're likely to start to see this thing really start to take off to the upside. Absolutely massively to the upside. I believe the Russell is one of those markets, guys, that once it gets going, we're going to see some big moves. And if I bring up, say, this chart here, which is a big long-term weekly chart here on the Russell, then we could start to see a 310. That's just using a 1-to-1 projection, by the way, guys. How I got that was I just drew from there to there, right? The low to high move. And then I just started it from there to there, and you can see the actual projected target is around the 310 level, okay? So the 310 level. So if I go back to here, that means, guess what? That's where 310, possibly even call it a round number of 300 if you want to do that, right? Looks like where the Russell is likely to go to, especially when it starts to break above here. The Russell's really is likely to start to see some fireworks coming out of this level all through here. And the one thing that we're seeing through here right now, guys, also is we're seeing the USO, which is the oil market. I really do believe the oil market. So let me just show you this here. So the oil market right now, guys, is definitely set for, I really do believe, guys, that the oil market is really starting to, like, this is the great crash that no one sees. And that is the actual oil market through here, right? So USO, we can see we've been squeezing up into this pattern through here, and then squeezing up through this pattern through here, and now we're getting a bit of a drop to the downside out of the oil market. You can see we've been doing really pretty much nothing for quite some time, and I believe this could be the start of a really big, significant move on the downside when it comes to the USO. So just keep an eye out for that there, guys. Also, the energy sector here. The energy sector is one that I've been really keeping a close eye on for. So this is the energy sector from here. We're also been getting something like that going on, or we could have possibly like something like that going on, right? Maybe something like that there. It's very hard to get an actual trend line from there to there, possibly from there to there, possibly. But one thing that I'm looking for right now is if we actually drew it from there to there. Yeah, I'm trying to see where would the trend lines be. It's like, yeah, it's not too clear where we're at right now. I'm just trying to see from a trend line perspective. Yes, nothing is too clear here right now as I speak. But what we want to see out of the energy sector is that if the energy sector keeps rolling over here, then we could be getting ready for a big drop out of the energy sector here. I was waiting for a big break up to the upside. We didn't actually get my confirmation from my trading setup. So I was looking for a big movement to the upside. So that's one that I was really watching for to see if we could actually see if we could get that, but we actually didn't. So the one thing I'm really keeping a close on for, guys, is actually the silver market here. And the silver market here is starting to potentially start to create that higher low through here. Right, so we're starting to develop this higher low point through here, and we have this low point through here, right? So low and then higher low all through there, low and higher low. So I'm looking at this from a perspective of seeing this beautiful strong downward trend from here, right? Low and higher low. And so if the silver does continue to hold here and break up, then we're likely to start to see some really big movements to the upside out of the silver market here. And that goes also for gold as well too, right? So the gold market right now is something that is setting up where we could start to see a nice move coming out of this soon. I'm really watching, like this is the actual gold price going sideways. We're holding here quite strongly. If I bring on, let's bring on this this chart here, and we can start to see just what's happening here right now. We can start to see that we are starting to get both my moving averages here, the 52 and the 24, really starting to curl up. We are at this level of support and resistance through here as well too, as you can see. If I bring up my blank chart again, and let's zoom right in. So we are at this level of support and we're holding here quite nicely. So this is the actual gold price here, right? So what I'm looking for right now myself for the actual gold price is the GLD price. This is the GLD price right now. And that means if we start to get some sort of strong breakup out of this level here and we start to get quite a big increase in volume, then that could be the start of another really big move out of the actual gold price from there. So that's one thing I'll be keeping an eye on for. Let's go look at the GDX from here. So the GDX right now is hit that level of 40 at that resistance and having a bit of a pullback through here. I don't expect too much of a drop out of the mining sector. We are still in a very big strong bull market. So up, down, high, low, up, down, high, low, up, down. It's probably going to create another high low before away we go when it comes to the GDX. The GDXJ is the same sort of thing here. We came up, we actually made a lower low. Now we actually made a lower high. So it's actually really no one in control right now, right? There's a bit of a sideways movement on the GDXJ and really sideways movement. So it's not really giving us a good clear, but the GDX is definitely in a strong upward movement. On the SIL, same sort of thing, right? We made higher lows, but then we made a lower high. Now it's making a lower low. Now it's made a lower high. But there's no one clearly in control right now, right? There's no one clearly in control of this here, right? Because we're not in the clear uptrend. We're not in the clear downtrend. We're just overall sideways here once again. And the same thing for the SILJ as well too. So keep an eye out for that there, guys. And one thing I do say is that whenever you're trading the markets, guys, especially right now, one of the biggest things that I must say to you guys is just be patient, right? Just be patient. One of the hardest things about trading is we go to the markets to trade because we want to make money, right? And one of the things is that when we just sit there and we're not trading and we're not making money, then we think, oh, this is just a waste of time. I'm here to make money, right? And this is where it's one of the hardest things to have to do with trading is that especially right now, guys, there's a lot of different amazing high quality setups that are here right now. And if you don't know what they are, then again, go to johnsfreegift.com. You can get access to a free training that I teach you my trading system. You also get access to the trading course, and you also get access to the live trainings I'm going to run for my internal list that you'll be on when you actually register for the actual free trading course and the free training as well too, right? But there's going to be so many amazing setups out there, but especially right now, there's a lot of volatility in the markets, and a lot of people are getting really whipped around, especially when it comes down to the crypto market right now. People are really sort of wondering what's going on with that level through there. If I actually bring on the crypto market from here, and we start to look at this level from here, the crypto market is actually looking really weak. And if you are involved with the crypto market, then I'm not involved with the crypto market at all, right? That's not for me. Definitely not for me. A lot of people were Bitcoin and crypto markets and all that sort of stuff. And you can see what's been happening, recently. Obviously, Bitcoin's been actually really starting to develop into a bit of a weakness through here. Lower low, lower high from here. Ethereum has been absolutely just crushed, as you can see. Even if I bring it up through the weekly chart or even the daily chart through here, so Ethereum's getting crushed. So you never want to just jump into the next big thing, right? You always want to just make sure you do analysis, and this is always the hardest thing for us traders, right? Because at the end of the day, no one knows what's going to happen, and the best thing for me to do is just wait for some things to line up with some good trading rules, and therefore we can actually start to make some money. So there we go, traders. Have an amazing day.